大家好，我是 Tim， 我们今天继续来玩硬锤40K 行商浪人。好，那个我先吐槽一下哈，刚，哎，不好意思，那个刚我开游戏的时候呢，我不晓得它那个 Steam 云端存档是什么情形哈，我刚刚进去熊读不到档案，然后果断把 Steam 重开，然后再看了一下，果然进游戏就不正常，所以我不确定是 Steam 问题还是这个情商浪人的问题，反正我就觉得很鸟，就是一进来就吓出一身冷汗，什么我存档突然就没了，然后我就想到他那个我前一次录完的时候，他一直显示那个什么云端同步有问题什么，我就点了重新同步。我在想，该不会我一同步之后，我的档案就不见了？我还想说，怎么可能那么愚蠢的事情？还好，看起来只是暂时性的 bug， 吓出我一身冷汗。好，然后呢，我不太确定了，因为第一集可能其实前面的剧情，我记得它好像今年年初还是去年年末的时候，我记得应该今年年初了。还有那个贝塔的那个，就是你预购豪华版的那个贝塔试玩。那这边的剧情应该大家那个时候有在追的人应该都看过了，是吧？看起来是没什么人看的，好吧？这个就是小小的难受了一下，但没差，反正我就继续录吧。然后我们解决了这个另外一位候选人之后，其实我以为他会更多戏份，结果没想到竟然是在这边被献祭作为了一个混沌软一个小 boss 结束。然后这个印记看起来应该是歼旗的印记，所以看起来是首发应该是歼旗在搞事啦，这是歼旗吧，对吧？我等一下去搜寻一下，反正不是恐虐，也不是那个纳垢，还是这个是色孽。好了，我等一下去搜寻一下好了。我第一乍看我应该是天启啊，应该没问题。里面竟然没有语音。舵手长。又是西奥多拉的这个影像，那这是注定要来歼旗，要用这样的方式来一直诱惑我、引导我，是吗？区区一介凡人。不会是凯洛斯在这边搞事吧？凯洛斯那个时候不是也搞事，针对那个基里曼在弄？他这个背景是哪一年呢？我其实没有特别去看，应该是有基里曼的吧？还是这是之前的故事？好问题。 反正就是打哑谜的过程，就这样。看慢慢后面他怎么去解释这个走向。
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
我们要演戏，对不对？我们要人家那个劝进称帝的时候，我们要拒绝3次，对。
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
干嘛的？它中间动画漏翻译字。那这场景为什么只有40几帧呢？那优化真的很鸟。看起来我们应该是昏迷了一小段时间。那一开始目标就瞄准我们的军官，所以直接针对指挥阶层进行精准打击。那个叛徒还在我们这艘船里面呢，这么鸟！午夜领主是吧？发现我后悔，我不该取叫行商浪人，因为他们也还是会尊称我是行商浪人，但看起来有点错乱啊！这个应该他有那个，应该是找到文件可以去改。 不晓得它这个设定会不会存在本地的一个 T 档或什么档的，可以去打开来，或者是可以用那个文字档打开来去改，可能要研究一下。对，选3会怎么样？算了。我们就是小小发个牢骚而已，内心还是贪图权力的。看起来 NPC 啊，这应该就是那个科技祭服。机械祭服，机械神教。这应该算通讯官。高阶顾问，就像应该是军需官的角色。他刚刚说采购，管理补给采购。万机之神，就是他介绍那个科技技术神符啊，对。他为什么还没有图像？好，所以我们现在脱离险境，可是我们不是在别的行商浪人的地盘，所以我们他妈一定要去求别人。引擎先知， 呛啊！说没有像样的领主舰长。第一个比较像政委该做的事情，教条主义。让这个阿贝拉德自己决定吧。啊，得到的答复很困惑。对嘛？他来这边是要审判庭给他的这个任务嘛？他死搞不好跟审判庭有关。刚动画不是什么破晓利刃还是什么的要过来？哦，看起来应该是有不少的 NPC 要对话，可以鼓舞大家士气。 嗯，蛮有意思的。他跟那个 Psyche 看起来原本是朋友，不晓得之后 Psyche 的个人，叫什么迪亚拉嘛的个人任务跟他会不会有关？剩下来探索一下这个，应该算是这是剑桥吧？对，剑桥。打了30年的兴奋剂，无法睡觉。哇，他几乎所有人他都不爽。好务实的回答，虽然很讨人厌，但很务实。看一下阿杰塔的这。
Rogue trader. I indeed have a request, Rogue trader.
哦，直接被他派去见那些算遗孀吗？ 没有放什么特别的配乐，搞得场面有点尴尬。好吧，阿杰塔就是一个这么简单的请求而已嘛，变一下这些 word。
Greetings. I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations. On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse, no one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard. Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday. It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them. The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared. I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself.
Medbay 翻医疗甲板是怪怪的，一般不都是讲到医疗区吗？
During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistic systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. As you wish.
Huh?
Lord Captain. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chora. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse. You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps. As you wish, Lord Captain. I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates. Lord Captain.
这个就没有语音了，对。 我不太懂，战利品是要拿给他卖吗？还是到那边再跟当地人卖？他是那个招不知名，他是招那个就是非制定队友的那个 NPC， 原来是他。真的是货真价实的军需官。伊迪拉在下面。
What are you talking about, Lord Captain? Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have. Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead, in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right? Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time. Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the Von Valancius dynasty. A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Of course, Lord Captain. All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
我觉得这个女的是走异端路线的。
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now... The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
看一下，光是听这些语音，大概就听了快50分钟了。我们赶快。要怎么下船？好，我们现在要透过这个星系去移动。这个地图跟它预告片完全不一样啊！预告片比较有探索的感觉，这完全是公开来的。 还是这是因为我们进来这个星系，在整个大地图才是那个他展示的那个。身份不明许空间，应该是我们吧？还好这边是可以快速存档。导航之人，新鲜血液。先去这个，先去找导航啊。机魂守护者在这个任务。要求我们立刻调转传统。立刻进行对接。反正也只有这4个。开打吧。
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
是帝皇旨意把我带到这里的。 可以直接攻击他。看一下哈，是免费的，签署一份合约，帝国福祉的份上协助。既然是这个，我们既然是前政委，我们一定就是相信，对不对？相信平衡跟帝国，对，不会搞什么契约什么的，就直接就是帮你，就是要帮。帝国人有难，就是脑冲就对了。
None shall stand in my way.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
直接跳过去了。
Experience. Nothing matters more.
木油店啊
It's about time. I'll lay claim to the stars.
万一有人这边运动没过怎么办？
That wasn't so difficult.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Never doubt me.
Something of interest.
爆破原来跟解除陷阱是挂在一起、绑在一起。为什么他们喊我们是叛徒？感觉好像有点蹊跷啊。那边还那么远挨个，
Rejoice in battle.
My tactics are flawless. Not a problem for me. Nothing of value has been lost.
发现我主角弹道技能有点低耶，这其实这样有点真的打酱油，命中率好像真的蛮低的。这可以调战斗速度吗？好像不行。 点不到那一个。要单点掉一个，还是让这两个消血？两个消血哈。
My place is at the fore. I've suffered worse.
Stop it! 哎，我操！
I'll live another day.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
All too easy. Nothing I can't do.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Why did I not see
我
this?
操，他怎么这么疯狂？
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
哦，23%都被他们赛到了，那么爽。
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
啊，好吧。
I will not. I'll do it. the Emperor commands, I act.
我竟然射中，扯铃哎！
I shall not fear.
That is not my destiny. They who discern the future own the battlefield. Farewell.
High momentum.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call.
The whispers call to me.
太扯！
Guided by faith.
他是怎么？伊迪拉是怎样？子弹吸引机是吧？我用这个好了，这个命中率看起来高一点。
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
A new challenge for me?
I'm at your service.
Excellence matters. I won't tolerate weakness. This cannot be.
Over there.
哦，这边有个警觉检定，开膛手自动手枪。因为橘色物品看不出来它到底在干嘛。
Victory awaits! Follow my lead! Halt! I noticed something.
I better myself through my service.
It's about time.
比较不像是行商浪人，我们像是
An expected result.
狮子手套加5劝说，是完全全的，完全的靠外观去说服别人。 陷阱在哪里？
I won't tolerate weakness.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
啊，干，原来是在旁边靠背。啊，现在没有医疗包。
I'll lay claim to the stars. None shall stand in my way. It's about time. Follow my lead. I rise to the occasion. Excellence matters.
哦，还好有开成功。
A new challenge for me?
是不是有医疗包？双手激光枪为什么伤害这么低？才5点到7点。 自由主义才可以装这个啊，看可不可以给别人？他可以。
I'd rather not.
嗯，那为什么他装这武器伤害就特别高？4到20。 它刚刚是不是显示有点问题？对啊，现在14到20了。哦，不是，是这个激光枪比较烂。哇。摄政王机密。看来应该都启动了。大陆多久？可以再玩一小段。
I won't tolerate weakness. Victory awaits.
开始有亚空间的影响 ，What the fuck？
I'll lay claim to the stars. It's about time.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
"控制手杖，刚刚还有什么地方没去？这边是不是还有个门？靠腰嘞！哎呀，
Follow my lead.
老了眼馋。
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
None shall stand in my way.
可是啊，这边刚刚不是来过了吗？
Victory awaits. I won't tolerate weakness.
哪边没去啊？中间这边还有个门的靠背。
It's about time.
我刚门没有开仔细。
A new challenge for me.
看把了，我还真漏按哇！
None shall stand in my way. I did fine. I won't tolerate weakness.
嗯？
What is that? I'll lay claim to the stars.
啊，看起来失败了。算了，反正我们已经有控制手杖了。
It's about time.
An expected result.
Victory awaits!
不是有控制手杖了吗？
I'll pass.
手杖要直接给他靠腰。 感觉他才是坏人。
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
You dare cross the faithful!
嘿嘿嘿。贴开干，这边有2个、3个哈。 他这么晚才动，这样会被打欸。哇！完了，没办法直接秒，麻烦。
Was that you? Will do.
哎，我刚刚为什么电到我自己的伤害啊？ 干完了，这些敌人是不是蛮强的？
It will be done. One, you are target. At your beck and call.
Stop mocking me.
That is not the Emperor's will. As the Emperor commands, I act. Strike is a prayer.
On it.
哎，差一点，干完了。
It will be done. Reduced to dust. At your beck and call.
Can I fall back now?
I'll do it.
哎呀！
But of course. Was that you? Or...
Follow my lead. I will do my duty. Indeed. My ears are ringing.
Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated. I refuse. Rejoice in battle!
Low momentum.
Getting louder.
Emperor, protect the fallen!
"哇，全倒了，剩他一个。哎。
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your beck and call. One fewer target. Someone else can do this. Victory is imminent. Not my worst day. Yet. I will do my duty. Indeed. I took care of this one. I'm not interested.
妈的，又是亚空间诅咒。
At your beck and call. My place is at the fort. It will be done. Victory is imminent. Prove my mettle. I'd rather not.
为什么我不能冲锋他？我不懂。
A tactically sound approach. I'll reverse to more. Tried and tested tactics are the best.
哎呀，我操！我现在靠阿贝拉德逆转了，我操！他一个人砍全部，我的主角直接开场就躺在地上，变跟智障一样，太扯了。好像只有我主角最没有用的，我的天哪！ 好难受啊！一定是我玩这个游戏的方式不对。
A new challenge for me? 看每个都伤的伤，残的残。 导航者才能用。这个主角太垃圾了，受不了。看一下，时间有点长了。没办法，这种游戏类型本来节奏就比较慢。然后呢，大概就这样嘛。我觉得他把他干掉，应该属于是比较难的路线啊。我觉得我比较怕后面还有战斗，那就比较麻烦。我们现在队伍伤的伤，残的残，他也没有什么短修或什么的。然后我身上是看起来是。 一个医疗包，就剩这个医疗包而已了。移除流血，还移除轻伤，尝试移除一处旧伤，对，他只是尝试而已，所以还不保证。
哎，好吧，我觉得这集就到这边吧。然后呢，其实前面伙伴那些对话我没有全点完了，因为其实全点完的话，这边甚至可能还打不了这场战斗，时间不太够啊。看起来他进战斗在这个区域的时候，他又没办法跟那个队友对话。我不确定正义之怒是不是之前也是这样子，有点忘了，好像也是，好像要特别跟队友对话是在大地图上还是什么哪边才可以选的，我有点忘记了。后呢，剧情的话，其实就现在就是很前期的剧情，我是怕说后面剧情就，其实光是前面这个要把我们的舰船、我们的战舰、巡洋舰恢复到正常状态，可能就大概就要快10小时的游戏游玩时数了，所以搞不好前1/3的或前1/4的剧情都在做这个事情，可是也合理啦，因为他那一艘船，它里面有讲一艘船要2万多个船员，所以是这么大的一艘船的话，就跟个移动要塞一样，的确要复原它没有那么容易。好像从时间点上来讲，花这么大的心思弄这些艘船，好像也是合理的。好吧，我觉得后面我现在就是怕后面有战斗了，我们真是伤得伤，残得残。那这一场打得有点硬啊，我那个主角在那边直接被他轰了几发就没了，真的是很软怎么会这样子？怎么软成这样？太夸张了，会这样啊？都不懂我的主角到底发生什么事了。看来我得去研究一下攻略，然后去洗点。这一套目前这套 build 看起来就只能刷嘴皮子了。虽然我本来 build 也是刷嘴皮，但实在是一点挣扎的能力都没有，这根本少一个人，你知道吗？我现在只有3个战斗员，你知道吗？真的太鸟了，有点打不下去了。何况我这还是正常难度，太欧了，真的太欧了。开场直接588，然后直接就死在那里，太屌了。大概就这样吧。阿贝拉德近战在前期，或者能说真是给力了，冲过去2刀，人家 AI 也蛮笨的，因为他要逃离他，因为他们一般那种兵没有配近战，他只能逃离他输出嘛，一逃离就中1刀，也就是说他过去几乎就是2刀保证起跳，对，只要没有被其他旁边人给瞄准的话，对，反正他每回都会放那个坦的技能，还真的是蛮硬的，给他点坚韧应该是蛮正确的，真的需要一个坦，可惜没有什么嘲讽的技能。然后主角战斗能力真是拉垮，我再思考一下吧，这边只能先硬着头皮打了。好了，那以上就是今天这个战锤40K 行商浪人的游玩内容了。那我们就感谢大家的收看，我们下次见，拜拜。